Well, good evening, everyone, and welcome to the latest episode of the Set List of Life with the current bandmates of Dolly for Sue. We are, our song for this evening is On the Road Again by Willie Nelson. Kirsten picked that one. I like it.
Yeah. Thank you.
Good job.
We're on location tonight.
We are for the first time.
For the first time, we're on location
in my basement,
in Kirsten's basement. It's very nice. I feel very close to all of you.
Yes,
literally. We're on a teeny tiny table.
I brushed my teeth tonight, so I'm sorry.
It's all good.
Might have had some garlic for dinner.
Good.
We don't have any pomfooey.
But no, we've been away for a few weeks. Had a few things going on. But we are here tonight, and we have lots to talk about, lots to catch up on. Aaron's now okay. Wait.
Are you hearing?
I'm hearing a weird thing.
What is it?
It's like a little.
Oh, I'm hearing a shh.
Mine's like a little bip. No, it's from them. It's in my.
You're getting a bit, and I'm getting like a high pitched kind of like. Wee. Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah, I hear that too.
There is my furnace is over.
Yes, I hear the phone.
Yeah, yes.
Leslie doesn't hear anything.
I can edit this out.
Okay.
Leslie was on a roll, and we just.
I was trying to keep you guys engaged, and you all just kind of went.
We're gonna work through that one.
Squirrel.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Okay. Sorry.
This is new.
So we're in my basement at the world's tiniest table. Freakishly small
probably
table.
Not made for podcasting.
No,
but look, it's holding everything up.
But it works.
We're good. It's good.
Yeah, it's cozy.
It is cozy. I like it.
Yeah.
I'm in my shacket. We're at a little table.
We're at a little table.
I couldn't be cozier.
I know. It's nice.
A little Chardonnay. We're good.
Chardonnay in the shacket. That's all I need.
That's a song right there.
Chardonnay
in the shacket.
Oh, I like that. It's a good one.
Well, so speaking of coming up with songs and band names and things, so I was telling Aaron earlier, I set up the basement now so that JJ can have his friends over and they can jam. So
awesome.
I got the keyboard, I got the drums, there's an electric guitar, there's a bass. All they have to do is show up. Well, I need a few more amps, but for the most part, so they got together last Sunday and they had a blast. And so they decided that they needed to come up with a band name. So you know how good I am at band names.
I thought they were doing the
Chardonnay?
gym teacher.
No, well, that was one of my suggestions.
Mr. Thompson.
Mr. Thompson.
Thompson.
And they poo-pooed my Mr.
Johnson's
Thompson,
better.
right? So I was giving them all these band names, and they're rolling their eyes at me. And so it's.
Did they take Demons of Woe?
They did not, but it's funny that you mentioned that because my very good friend Lance. Everybody give a shout out to Lance.
Hey,
Lance. So my very good friend Lance recently texted me and said, "What is the deal with Demons of Woe? Like, why? What are you talking about?" And I go,
so he didn't hear the previous.
No, he
episode?
heard it.
Oh,
No,
okay.
he heard it.
He still
was just
doesn't
wondering
get it.
why.
He's saying,
twisted
stop trying
mind.
to make it happen. It's not going to happen.
Why I kept pushing it, and I had to laugh. I go, Lance. I said, you've been listening long enough to know that I threw that ridiculous name out there to irritate, and then I keep returning to it like the consummate third child that I am to continue to irritate.
She's
He's
needling
like,
it. Needle.
Poke. Yeah.
So if anyone had any doubts whatsoever, I really don't like the name Demons of Woe. I just thought it was funny how much you guys hated
Oh, we
Demons
really
of Woe.
hated it. We really hated
I
it.
think we actually should probably then take it out.
Right.
Now we're taking it on
All of a
as a
sudden now,
dare.
See?
It's sounding much better.
actually,
Has a certain cachet.
Called
that's right. It's kinda
Dow,
like
D-O-W. I can get with this.
But I have to share with you, if it wasn't for Lance, my life would have been very, very different.
Oh, yeah?
Because Lance grew up where I did. He's our age. He is a phenomenal tennis player.
Okay.
And in the early 90s, he was my mother's mixed doubles player in tournaments. They used to go
Lance played with your mom?
Lance played with my
Your
mom. So my
must be
mom was
like-
really good.
And young.
No, I mean she was still like mom age.
I know, but I mean, but to
Right.
play with a much better partner,
Oh,
your mother
yes,
must have
but
been
she
in really
was
good shape.
She was very good. He was very good. They were a great pair, and they used to tour all over the place and do these tournaments.
awesome.
Tournaments.
Tournament.
Yes.
Yes. You go on
So you say.
tour. You don't go on tour.
So anyway, apparently at one of these tournaments, they had split sets. You know, you play 3 sets, right? And they split one, lost one. And in the third set, Lance apparently had started off slow and was not playing very well. And the opponent was being overly excited about his mistakes and overly vocal.
Oh.
And my mother tried to punch her. But Lance,
Now we know where you're coming from.
Lance stopped her, and that way now, you know, if he hadn't, I could have grown up with my mom in jail. But
my
instead,
goodness.
we're here.
Thanks, Lance.
Thanks, Lance.
Lance.
We
That
would have been here if it wasn't
would have
for
been a
Lance.
much better story, though.
Yeah.
Right.
Wow.
And think of your college essay.
That's quite a college essay.
So yes, we can all thank Lance. Everyone thank Lance.
Thank you, Lance.
Thanks, Lance. We're glad that you saved Leslie.
Maybe we should just
so
call
she
the
can be
band
here with
Lance.
us today.
Thanks, Lance.
Thanks,
Thanks,
Lance.
Lance.
That is a good band name.
That's
Such a bad name.
I like
Lance.
that.
All right, it's on the list.
All right. All right.
Next, so many things have happened.
Yes,
It's been a
it's-
while.
it has been a
I
while.
missed you.
Hear
Ladies
about
and-
your trip.
That's
right.
right.
You haven't
We-
heard about that
yeah.
at all.
Not
Like,
really. I saw some of the pictures. I heard a little bit.
they're-
Give us the
it's-
recap.
It's with boat water fun.
Okay, that was
Sounds
the
like good
short
times.
version.
Yeah.
You are selling it.
Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sign me up.
No, it was a good time. I don't want to go into it because I already talked about it, but yeah, it was a really good time. Very big boat, lots of food, lots of entertainment. Saw cats, lots of music, lots of jazz, lots of just good entertainment on the ship.
Good.
So
Nice.
yeah,
That sounds fun.
It was fun. I saw an Earth, Wind, and Fire tribute band,
That would be
That's awesome.
awesome.
which
yeah.
was great.
Yeah, I love them.
So yeah, it was
Christine didn't seem too impressed by that one.
No, I'm jealous.
Oh, okay.
okay.
I thought
I was just
No,
saying.
that's the I'm never going to get to go on a cruise. Phase.
Okay.
hello. We're gonna all go on a
Yeah.
cruise.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll make sure it has an Earth, Wind, and Fire tribute band. Because that-
Dance.
It is
Yeah,
fun.
we can go dancing.
It is purely a cruise is unlike any other vacation.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
cool.
okay, onward
All right.
we go.
Onward.
Story time with Aaron is now over.
Gosh, I was going to say, you're putting me on the spot.
I know. We're all like freaking out, like, oh, come up with something quick.
I did get to go see, I can't think of the name of it. Oh my God. Gutenberg.
Oh.
In
So
New
tell
York.
us about that.
Yes.
I heard that was
Eliza
really
tell you?
Yeah, of
funny, but I
course.
don't know
Yes,
anything about
absolutely.
it.
It was hysterical.
It's about the printing press?
Right. So I went in knowing nothing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Except that Andrew Reynolds and Josh Gad were in it, who I appreciate them,
Yes.
but like
yes. Yeah.
knowing nothing at all except that it was called Gutenberg, and I don't like history. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna go because Eliza really wanted to go, and it was closing weekend, and we had tickets. So she's sitting next to me over here, fangirling. The woman on my other side, fangirling. The woman on the other side of Eliza,
Yeah.
palpable.
Yeah.
It was hysterical. Like,
Oh, really?
And I was not in the right headspace to be
Right.
laughing, and I laughed the entire time.
Good.
Wow.
So for something to take me out of where my head was at
Yeah.
that point, it was hysterical.
And
Good.
where was this?
Hysterical. It was in New York.
Oh, it
Oh,
was in New
fun.
York.
Yeah,
Okay.
on Broadway. Just really, really funny. And it was just the two of them and a 3-piece pit.
Really?
And that's it. And they have base trucker caps on for each character that they play. That has the name of each character.
Interesting.
It
Oh.
was hysterical. It was
Wow.
really funny and completely not about the history of Gutenberg and the
Right,
printing press.
right,
I mean,
not
it was
about-
kind of thrown in there, but
Right.
it was great. So if it ever tours, it is worth a see.
Okay.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
How long are they? Is it a limited engagement in New York? Or?
It's done. It was,
That was it.
closing-
I didn't
that was
know about
closing
it.
Well,
weekend, yeah.
geez.
Now I feel like I missed out.
How big was the theater for only 3 people in the pit and 2 people on stage?
It's like all of the Broadway theaters are small. Have you been to a Broadway
Yeah,
theater?
they're
yes,
not
yes,
huge.
They're all very intimate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we were in the third balcony, so it was big enough that there was a
Okay,
third
okay.
balcony, but yet you still, like, even the third balcony, you feel like you could
Yeah.
touch them.
Yeah.
Right.
And there was a lot of audience interaction, which I was surprised at because you don't usually get that.
Yeah.
It was the James Earl Jones Theater. I mean, it was right on Broadway.
Oh,
It
okay.
wasn't And it's
right.
really funny because like James Earl Jones's voice announces that you're at his theater.
Oh,
And
really?
It's the only theater name for like somebody who's from Star Wars. I mean, it's really, even the beginning announcement is funny. But yeah, I mean, so the theater was big enough and they utilized the stage, but the pit was on the stage. It was 2 piano players and a drummer. And then it was just the 2 guys, and that was it. And then there's always a little surprise guest star at the end who has a little surprise role.
All right.
So,
A
yeah.
good
that
time
guest
was
star?
had by
That
all.
sounds
It
fun.
was. It
Wow.
was
Does the guest star
surprisingly
play
good.
himself or herself?
No, they play
Oh,
a
they play-
Broadway producer.
Oh, okay. Fair
So,
enough.
I didn't know this particular person. It was some Broadway person. And I
Oh,
don't really know Broadway, but like Hillary Clinton has been it. Jake Gyllenhaal has been it.
Oh, so it could be. Wow.
The Practical Jokers have been it. I mean, they've had
Oh, interesting.
Lin-Manuel, what's his name?
Miranda.
Miranda has been it. Like,
Wow.
Yeah.
Big names.
big names.
Interesting.
That's pretty cool.
Well, because Andrew Reynolds and Josh Gad are pretty big names.
Yes.
See, I have to admit, I mean, I know who Josh Gad is because, he's
Olaf.
Olaf.
And,
Right.
and he was Book of Mormon. They were in Book of Mormon together.
Oh, I love Book of Mormon.
I don't know. Why don't I know? Do I know Andrew Reynolds?
I
And
don't
just
know
can't
either of
picture
them.
him.
He played, so they were both in Book of Mormon. So
Okay.
he played the straight guy.
But I didn't see that either. So
Oh,
I'm
that
just
was
trying to picture.
hilarious.
I don't know
Okay,
if I
it is
would
hilarious.
know him if I saw him or.
He's a big Broadway guy. He's been in some other things. Eliza's seen like everything he's done.
Gotcha.
She would know. I don't know, but I know who he is from. Again, because I'm not a huge Broadway person. I mean, I've probably seen more plays than most people just because of her. But
right.
yeah. But anyway, so it was good.
Cool.
And then in a couple of weeks, I'll get to see Freedom Theater's production of Tuck
Tuck.
Everlasting.
Yep.
What is Tuck Everlasting? What's it about?
She doesn't like this one.
I don't know. I've never heard of it other than. All right.
No, I mean,
She loves it, and she's so excited that they're doing it. It is about.
Is it a play or a musical?
It's a musical
Okay.
based on a book that Disney took and made into a movie.
That I apparently missed.
So did I.
Yeah.
And I think the book came after our generation, but like before our kids'
Oh, okay.
generation, because I think they read it at school.
Oh,
a lot
okay.
of kids. Because they remember when I was student teaching, it was kind of out there.
Oh, okay.
But it's about a family that finds a well that gives them immortal life. And it's
okay.
just about whether or not that's a great thing, but it takes place in Tree Gap, New Hampshire. So the music is very Appalachia folk music.
Oh.
So I don't know,
Interesting.
but Eliza loves it, and I was not psyched about Matilda last year until I saw them do it, and it was phenomenal. So
Oh, really? Yeah.
I
So
will
I'm sure. I'm
pleasantly
sure it's going
surprised,
to
I'm
be
sure,
amazing.
because they do. Freedom does a very good job with their productions,
Well, that's awesome.
and y'all can come.
We will.
right.
It's 2 weeks from now, right?
Yes.
22nd is
Yeah.
opening night.
Excellent.
How about just that weekend? I think I'm gone.
Yeah, 22nd.
Oh, that's right. You're
23rd,
gone. We
24th,
discussed that
25th.
earlier. Yep. Yep. It's a
Okay.
good week to be gone. That's what we decided.
Yeah.
Okay.
Where are you going?
London and Amsterdam.
Oh, that's right.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean,
Such a cool
Yeah.
trip because it's Kirsten.
yes.
Yeah.
Because it's
Yeah.
She's
Kirsten.
on the road again.
I'm on the road again.
Yes.
I'm in the air again.
Totally.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I love
Yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah.
I'm excited.
many-
I've never been to
How
Amsterdam.
many stamps do you have in your passport?
What's the new one? So none. I mean, maybe. I
so none.
mean, maybe a couple. I don't know.
Yeah.
Actually,
Way more than I do.
yeah. Actually, no. I have one from the Yukon,
Oh,
from
that's
Canada,
right.
because
That's
I had
right.
to. Because I don't usually, if they stamp it, they stamp it. But now, a lot of times they don't now.
Yeah, you're right. They don't
Yeah.
stamp it. Huh?
I wouldn't know.
Yeah. So,
No, you're right.
But they
Sometimes
do.
they don't
They do in
stamp
the
it.
Yukon. Like that was just a thing. Like there, here, get your passport stamped.
Right,
So
right.
I did. But,
Interesting.
yeah, but I've never been to Amsterdam.
I've never been to Amsterdam. That would be a neat place to go to. I
Yeah, I'm
think.
excited. I think it's gonna be cold.
Goes without saying that I've never been to Amsterdam.
Yeah, yeah.
Have you been to Scottsdale? I'm going to Scottsdale.
Oh,
I've been to
Scottsdale.
Scottsdale, but I've been to Tempe and Phoenix.
Scottsdale
But I've
is
never
very
been to
nice.
Scottsdale.
What are you doing in Scottsdale?
Well, so
pickleball.
we were gonna go. No, my
She's
daughter
on the world tour.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
My daughter called and said, "My friends are going to Fort Lauderdale for spring break, and I don't want to go to Fort Lauderdale for spring break. And where will you take me instead?" And I went, "Oh." And so we talked about going to London,
Oh yeah.
but then, I don't know.
You wanted to be warm?
I wanted to be warm,
Yeah.
and so we just were kind of throwing darts
And you picked
and
Scottsdale?
we picked Scottsdale.
That's cool. Is it just the two of you?
No, actually, well, it was going to be, but as soon as my husband and other
Little
child
guy
found
found
out that
out?
we were going somewhere, they're like, okay,
We'll go too.
we'll come too. No, I mean, it's fine. We'll all go.
Very fun. It's supposed to be really nice.
Just go to relax. Nothing.
Just
I
find out
love
like a
the
resort with
Southwest.
a pool. and-
Exactly.
yeah.
Go to Camelback,
Hiking is
hike
nice.
the mountain.
So
you know.
it's not that far from Sedona.
Right.
And Sedona is an awesome place to
I've
hike.
been to Sedona.
You have?
I have
okay.
been to Sedona.
That's a must see.
Yes. So, I mean, I don't know if I'll get the kids out to Sedona, but
Oh, okay.
get
Yeah.
a little sunshine and
Yeah.
warmth and
Oh, that'll be
that kind of
nice.
stuff. yeah,
Does
Yeah.
Leo have a different spring break?
he does. And actually, JJ has a different spring break as well, but he's in 6th grade, so
Oh, yeah. So you just take them.
he'll survive.
Yeah.
I think
And he's a bright 6th grader. He
so
can miss the time.
Yeah.
he's just going to go. And Leo doesn't. He wants to go with his friends on their spring break.
Where are they going?
I don't want to know. It's one of those.
You're better off not knowing.
Yeah.
I'll find out after.
Just don't call me from call me from jail.
Yeah.
I'll know the highlights. That's
Well, exactly. Just
good.
You're home? Yes.
yes,
Very nice.
excellent. Good thing you're back.
Yep.
Excellent.
All limbs attached. Good.
I feel like I may have shared this story before, although I probably shouldn't have.
And you're going to share it now, and you probably still should.
I went.
We've done plenty of that here.
Yes, we do. That's kind of the theme of this whole podcast. It's like, why did I say that?
Oh, every Friday when I have to text Aaron, could you please edit that out?
Please edit that. I didn't mean to say
So
that.
it's like, sure thing, Christine.
Please, absolutely.
Well, I'm stopping.
Taken care of.
But yeah, I feel like maybe I've said this, but I had a spring break. When I was in college, I went to a spring break in Arizona, and I had gone out the night before to the bars, and I hadn't packed.
I remember the
Oh,
story.
yeah.
And I did it. I did. Yeah. Anyway, I got to Arizona, and I had like, I don't know,
Isn't this where the
one shirt and 6
Right.
pairs of
Right.
shorts.
Isn't this
Yeah.
where the panty?
Oh, the throwing
Throwing
of the pants.
stars?
Oh no, that was something. That
was a different
that
one?
was a friend in Florida.
But it
Yeah.
may have been the same episode.
I think that was the same episode.
Oh, yeah, maybe
That's
so.
why I
Yeah.
remember. Like,
Anyway, there was some very, very bad packing.
the
so
Ninja
be
Star
careful.
panties. Yeah.
yes.
Yeah, that's right.
New superpower.
Superpower.
Yeah.
Yes. Interesting.
Yes. Okay. Yeah, that was a while ago. I mean, when we talked about that.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? I have something interesting came to mind today. It made me think of all you guys because we talk about AI so much and how,
Oh, yeah.
how it can change. We've talked before about how, history could be changed because people can manipulate the AI and, it can seem real, but it's not real,
Yeah,
right?
scary stuff.
Right. However, so I, unlike Christine, love history.
Yeah, I love history too.
I love history. And so I'm always reading stuff and looking stuff up and listening to podcasts. And I've been looking into this thing called the Bayeux Tapestry. And
I've been there.
have you seen it?
Yes, my mother-in-law was all
course she
excited about
has.
it.
I mean,
It's in
course she
Bayeux.
has.
This side of the table needs to up our travel game.
where are we going, Christine?
I don't know. Take
Get
it
out of
on.
now. I was going to say, get him out. Put your finger down. We're going.
You may want to go see the Bayeux Tapestry after I tell you all
tell
about
us
it.
about it, but I'm also pulling up a map.
Yeah.
and we're gonna-
It's near Normandy.
Yes.
In France.
Absolutely. So back in history, one of the ways they recorded special things like wars was to make a tapestry of it.
Right.
Right. And so this Bayeux Tapestry is, what are they, like 70 meters long? It's like
It's big.
gigantic.
Yeah, it's big.
It's not very tall, but it's really, 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 really long.
It tells a story.
And it tells a story. Battle of Hastings, I think. I don't even
I
remember.
don't remember.
We learned about that in history.
Yeah.
All right.
So-
I couldn't tell you what it is, but we learned about it in history.
But the thing that I'm not going to bore you with the history of it, other than just to give you a little background of that. But the interesting part of it is, that was a record of an historic event, supposedly. But of course, they found out that in the 19th century, people stitched underwear on the naked people. And when they
seriously?
started studying the tapestry,
Oh, they're like trying to cover
and
them up.
yeah,
Oh, that's
and,
so funny.
they
Making it
put
a
little
more
underwear
modest.
on the naked guys,
oh.
and they there was one scene where I guess the hero of the story, like the way he died was really gruesome. They basically just dismembered him.
Ew.
But they told the story about how he died, he got a spear through the eye or something like that. So someone actually like plucked out the other stuff and then like sewed a spear, like to change it.
Just sew a spear in the eye?
Yeah. So, but my point was, I'm learning about this, and I'm
so
like,
they've been doing this for a
doing this
while.
for centuries.
We
Like-
thought this AI stuff was new. This
Right. I was all getting all
putting
wigged out that
people's-
someone was going to change history, and they've been
But
doing
it's
it
been
forever.
being changed.
That's
Got it.
so interesting.
Yeah, I mean, even the guys the archaeologists, those guys,
Those guys.
Those guys.
who originally discovered all these Egyptian sites. I mean, they put their
Right.
English
Their spin on it. Yeah.
right,
Yeah.
late
Right.
19th century, early 20th century spin on things and
Yeah, they're
called things
biased.
things because that's what they
Right.
knew, and
Right.
it wasn't
Yeah,
really
I've
what
read
things were
about
used
that.
for,
Yeah.
right?
That's
very
true.
limited
Yeah.
knowledge of all of that. Whereas I'm sure if you go back today and reread, because
Right.
we've gained so much more knowledge of hieroglyphics and all that, I bet you if you reread a lot of it, you're probably like, well, shit.
That's all wrong.
Right,
That's-
right. Yeah, where it's that guy from 1940 just kind of made that up because he thought it looked cool. And
Well, because it made
Yeah.
sense to his
Yeah.
1940
Right.
sensibility.
Yeah.
Well, and this is completely different, completely. But I applied for a job and I had to get give them my transcript. Now, I graduated before Christ was born, so I don't. I haven't given my transcript in about 40 years, but I went looking through I'm sure I had it in the house and went looking through all my boxes. And I found, not my transcript, but my kindergarten through 12th grade report cards.
oh, really?
All of them. And you'll be happy to know that I was a sweet but quiet little girl.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
I don't believe it.
I know.
I
But anyway, like as I'm reading through some of the papers that I had and everything, like even that history is so different, like from where we are now, that like if you were to try to recreate it, you probably couldn't do it properly. Because
Right.
as I'm reading that, I'm like, oh yeah, like I found all of the letters that Mike had written to me because that's how we communicated.
Oh, right.
And
Yeah.
I picked a few to read, and one of them, he's like, I thought you would have called me today because you said you might call me on Monday. And I'm like, oh my God, we like didn't talk.
Right.
Like,
Right.
These kids talk every day, and we did not talk for like a week, and we communicated through the written word.
Yes.
Right.
yeah. That's
So,
crazy.
but it would be hard, 10 years from now, even to think about, and that was only 1994. It wasn't that long ago.
No.
That's how you had to like put that in perspective.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
It's crazy when you think of the speed of change. It's just
scary.
Yeah, it is a little scary.
So I'm a little more relaxed about AI now.
Good.
Okay, well, good. Now that you
Excellent.
know, it's just like sewing underwear on the tapestry.
It is what it is.
I'll
you
send
know?
you some stuff now.
I'll be dead. Who gives?
So
Yeah,
Leslie will be
right.
appearing on AI in her sewn on underwear.
That's right.
As long as it's
that
sewn on
sounds
underwear, that's
painful.
okay.
Better sewn on underwear than a
Than naked.
spear in your eye.
Yes.
Speaking of permanent underwear, what's the trend with the permanent jewelry?
Oh, I don't know. What? I don't know.
You've not heard this?
No.
So
I don't.
it's a big thing now where you get permanent jewelry.
Like
What does
tattooed,
that
like
mean?
permanent
No, it's
eyeliner.
not tattooed. No, it's actual jewelry. But
What?
like you can't take the bracelet off. It's like permanently.
Oh, I've seen that.
Titanium?
Well, that's like
That's-
I know, like in the Indian cultures and all, they put bracelets on them
Right.
when they're little, and those bracelets do stay on them, and that you're not going to get those off. And there's also the is it cabal? There's the bracelet.
Oh, the string.
the string.
Yeah.
But no, there's like a company now. It's sort of like, like Tupperware, where they'll come to your house.
Okay.
and you can
Have
throw
a bracelet
party,
party?
and everybody can get permanent.
Well, that's
jewelry.
stupid of them because if then they're not going to market to them twice.
Right,
If they're
right. How many
jewelry.
Right, and then-
permanent bracelets do you need?
How can there be a permanent ring?
Well, that's your wedding ring.
I mean,
Unless you're me.
But you want to
unless you
take it
get it on
off.
so tight that it cuts your
Cut your
circulation.
circulation off. Don't
So
ever
it's
go to
gonna come
Florida.
off, right?
So I just learned this.
Yeah.
Speaking of rings and that don't come off, Windex. Does
Oh.
anyone else know this?
It makes them slide off.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
So I was out to lunch with two friends last week, and I don't know how this started. It was like, oh, my fingers are swollen. It's hard to get my ring off. And they both said Windex. And I was like, what? And I didn't believe them.
I did not believe
So,
them.
but my one friend said, no, she's like, you shouldn't tug on it. See, my ring is indented because
yeah.
my finger's fat.
No, mine are too.
Yeah. And anyway, but you spray Windex on your ring and it slides right off.
Oh,
Did it work?
interesting.
And I don't know why.
Let's not ask
try it?
questions.
Yes.
Windex fixes everything.
It does.
Yeah, look, see, my finger's all
Yeah,
indented.
Yep. Yeah.
Where
So
my ring
anyway, I
finger
took
is.
it off and you can soak
Mine
it.
isn't.
Yeah. Okay.
And Aaron doesn't wear
I
one.
was going to say, I don't wear a ring.
Oh, my dad didn't wear a ring either.
Neither
I-
did
my
mine.
dad never
wear
wore a
I
ring.
My dad
just
doesn't
can't
either.
wear jewelry. I just
Yeah.
can't. I did for years, and it was just like,
Yeah, my husband did for a while.
yeah. I just know I'd rather know where it is at home rather than be out somewhere and it's lost because I spent a lot of freaking money on my ring.
Oh, yeah.
So I just don't want to lose it and
Right.
be like, where's my ring? I don't want to go through
Plus,
that.
you're a
do you-
musician, so you're like.
So do
doing
you
stuff
ever
with-
wear? So do you ever wear it? No. So
No,
you
it's
just
just-
have
But it's
this
safe.
ring that you spent a lot of money on that you will never wear.
I may wear it at some point.
It may not fit on your finger at the point.
There's
that
but
you
you
decide
can
you're
you just use Windex.
Yeah,
Okay.
just-
gonna- Or just slide it on too. or-
Yeah, I think it slides on off, and you can soak your ring in Windex, and it cleans
cleans it, too.
Yeah, it does.
Makes it sparkle.
Yeah, so now I bought a big thing of Windex, put it in my
Shiny.
bathroom, and
We got to find out what else
Yeah.
Windex fixes.
they say like
Hernias?
zits.
Zits?
Well,
Really?
well, remember my big. I don't know if it's true, but
Did you
remember
say
my
that
big
was
fat Greek
toothpaste?
wedding? They said like if somebody got a zit, they
Sound like
put
a good
Windex
idea.
on
Oh,
it.
I think the joke, though, was that grandma used Windex to cure everything.
Yeah, yeah, that was it. But I think one of the things was zits. But I think
I thought that was toothpaste or milk of magnesia or one of those things.
Toothpaste
I think
does.
it was Windex. What zits do? I mean, toothpaste does cure zits.
It just dries them out. That's all.
Yeah. Christy Brinkley said that like a long,
No,
long
like
time
she
ago.
ever had a zit.
Like she had a zit. Like,
Like she had a zit.
Right.
Zit.
They were too afraid to appear on her.
right. Christy Brinkley's walking around with toothpaste
pretty
on her
perfect
face
looking.
with her perfect skin.
Yeah.
I mean,
You
she was around before all that photoshopping and stuff. So
It's true.
Yeah.
she is pretty perfect.
Airbrushing.
Yeah, there's always been
Magazines
airbrushing.
airbrush.
Well,
sure.
that's true.
I'm sure, but
They've always
she's
done
still
that.
pretty perfect.
Yeah. Now, my friend Rich is a photo editor. He's now at Variety magazine, but he was on. I think was it. I'm trying to remember. It wasn't People. It was one. It was one of those. Anyway, but he used to show us the photos, the befores and the afters. And
Oh, really?
You'd be amazed.
Yeah,
I bet.
wow.
You'd be amazed. That,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So they've been doing that for a long,
Can't
long
be as
time.
beautiful as us.
Yeah.
Not even in the same ballpark.
That's right.
Jeez.
Oh, I think it was Time magazine. Was it Time? I don't know. I'm losing
Oh,
my
okay.
mind. It's late and I don't
Yeah,
remember.
it's
Because
hard.
it's
It's
really
all
not
good.
important.
No.
It's
Did
really
you not take your
Oh,
vitamins
good.
again?
No. Oh, did I take them today? I did.
Noriva?
I did.
You did?
Yes, I did take them
Do you
today.
have trouble remembering to take your vitamins? Because I do.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I only take one vitamin and
Oh.
I take it every morning. So I only take one.
Elderberry. I have an elderberry.
Elderberry.
What does elderberry do for you?
Keeps you healthy.
Yeah,
It's like your immune
zinc and
system,
It's got
yeah.
vitamin C. It's one of like the super fruits that are out there.
Superfruit.
So, but it's a vitamin, a supplement that you
It
Yeah,
is.
you
It's
take it in a
supplement.
gummy.
Oh.
Yeah. I just take my women's one a day.
Oh, yes. I used to
okay.
do men's one a day. I don't do it
Do you
anymore.
still do like the traditional vitamin, or have you switched
Yeah.
to gummies?
No, I do the traditional.
Yeah.
Of course you do.
I do vitamin D
Why would I
with
switch to
K.
gummies? Because gummies are freaking awesome, and they
Yeah.
taste good, and then you don't get that like vitamin burp. Do you get that like that feeling of like?
Yeah, I know what
and
you're talking
you
about.
Taste, just
Yeah.
taste
No,
vitamins
because you
all
can't.
day.
Because you can't. You have to take it
Flintstones.
with food.
Yeah, it
yes.
tastes like Flintstones all day.
I do understand that, but no, if you take it with food, you don't get that. No, I don't know. I don't get that.
Try the gummies; they're good.
Especially these one gummies that I can tell you
Yeah,
about.
well, I'm sure. I'm going to
Ladies
stay
and
away
gentlemen,
from those.
episode 100
Oh, right.
is going to be a ball.
There you go. Gummies.
Are we coming up on episode 100?
We're on
No, we're
70.
Oh,
We
geez.
are coming up
Wow.
on that.
Yes,
That's
it will be
crazy.
here.
We get there.
Yeah.
He's gonna bring his
We'll have a
elderberry.
big party with elderberry
I'm telling you,
gummies.
it is going to be a ball.
All right.
Put that one on my calendar.
Awesome.
Yep.
Might have to be absent that day. Because according to my third grade report card, I follow all the directions
Oh, okay.
and I never misbehave.
That's good.
Actually, that probably wouldn't have been third grade because that was the one class I got in trouble in.
Yeah.
What did you get in trouble for? I can't. I'm just so disappointed.
Suzanne, I won't name her last name because her family might not know. Suzanne and I were throwing a beanbag across the room, and we were told to stop, and we didn't stop, so we had to miss snack.
You're awful. You are awful.
And so while
It's no
I
wonder
had
you
to
turned out the
sit
way you
quiet
did.
during snack, I asked Mrs. Shaw to give me math problems to do.
Oh my
Oh
god.
my gosh! She's like, "Are you for real?"
Oh God.
Wow.
Oh my goodness.
You were a good kid.
Good kid.
Oh my goodness.
Oh,
I was not, but we're not going to go into
Yeah.
that.
Well, I was average, but I would have never asked for extra math problems.
I just got worse and worse as I aged.
I locked myself in the teacher's bathroom once.
You did?
You told us
Yeah.
that.
That I used to do. Yeah. I was difficult to say the least.
Oh my gosh.
That's okay. We need all types.
Yeah.
Yes, we do.
I'll be the one to bail you out of jail.
Thanks. Well, I won't go to jail. See, that's the difference.
Yeah, that's right.
You'll actually go to jail if you do something wrong, but you'll go.
I will go and report myself.
I did something wrong. Please lock me up. Meanwhile, they won't catch me.
Right. Get rid of all the evidence.
Okay. I'll be your
Hide the
diversion.
bodies.
You're welcome.
Again, third child.
Yeah, I was the middle child.
We knew all the tricks. We're the ones in the classroom that had already been picked on, so we picked on you older kids because you hadn't been picked
Well, I
on
wasn't
yet.
the oldest though. I was the middle.
I was the youngest.
I was the middle.
So I don't even know.
Yeah,
what
but
that's
you were
all
youngest
about.
by
I was actually the only.
yeah.
Yeah. You were
Yeah.
youngest by a lot.
Like a big gap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I was the middle, but I was the oldest girl. So
And keep in mind, my mom tried to punch someone in the middle of a tennis match. So my role models are
Questionable at best.
whereas, no, my mother is definitely a saint. So she would not be punching anybody.
No.
I don't think my
No.
mother's ever punched anybody. Pretty sure. She's not the type.
I'm not admitting to anything
Yeah.
or denying anything.
Okay. All right.
Moving on.
Thank you,
Moving on.
thank you, Lance,
Thank you,
Lance.
Lance. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Lance.
for being the conscience for Leslie's family. we all need a Lance in our family,
Yeah.
No.
unless you're part of my family, in which case we're all Lance.
It's all good. It's all good.
That is good. Good problem to have.
Maybe it's a little boring. It's okay.
It's
That's
okay.
all right.
You've seen Gutenberg. We haven't. So
Yes.
This is true.
Yes, we
You've
have
got-
not.
Which
You've got
talk
that. Did
about
you-
changing history.
Did you eat anything good in New York or see anything else that was fun?
Because we went up. So the reason why we go every January, the whole family goes, because Mike's a good friend growing up is the former president of the Baseball Writers Association.
Oh,
So
okay.
he's kind of in charge of their dinner. And they're so the baseball writers have a big dinner with like the Hall of Famers and everything. And so the other three kids and Mike go to that, and Eliza and I go to a show.
Oh, fun.
But
I picked the show.
yeah, Eliza picks the show. But because now the other two are in college, we can't leave on Friday. So we drove up to Pennsylvania, picked up Jack, and then drove over to New York. So we didn't get there until 2:00.
Oh, okay.
And they all get dinner at the baseball dinner. So Eliza and I just had something we ate at the hotel restaurant.
Oh, okay.
And then we leave early Sunday morning so that everybody can get back to their schools.
Okay,
Yeah.
so it's a quick trip.
Yeah, so it's not. I mean, we don't have long. We walked around because we stay in Times Square, so we walked around
Yeah,
Times Square.
it's
We
just
went to
fun
the
to walk
Lego
around
store.
there.
We did some people watching.
Yeah.
did you see anything crazy?
No?
Nothing
No, it was
crazy.
a pretty boring day.
Yeah?
It really was a pretty boring day. I mean, even the cab rides were uneventful. They drove
Wow.
safely, took us straight to where we were going. I mean, there were only 3 blocks to where we were going, but
Yeah.
it was actually that way wise, nothing exciting. But my kids got to meet Otani was at the baseball dinner, and Garrett Cole was at the baseball
cool.
dinner. And in years past, they've met Cal Ripken Jr. and last year was Aaron Judge. So big names.
That's neat.
Yeah,
It's neat.
yeah.
Very neat. Cool.
Alrighty then.
All right then. Yeah.
So I said, I wish I had a more exciting New York story, but this is me. If Leslie
Oh,
went,
shush.
somehow she would have been
Enough.
climbing the tree in
Whatever.
Rockefeller Center.
She would have been in the middle of a parade.
Me and the Times Square Elmo would be up to no good.
That's
Why
right.
did we even see him? None of them were out. I will say in the Lego store, they have like a big old like Lego cab, and you can sit in the Lego cab and take pictures in the Lego cab, which is pretty cool.
That is pretty cool.
It was pretty cool. And here's me. I'm like, don't touch anything. Don't touch anything. Don't break anything. And then there were other people touching, and my kids are like,
It's probably all glued
It's
together.
glued together.
Yeah.
I'm sure it is. But, I mean, the piano was missing pieces. So
Oh, really?
glue or not, you could probably break
Oh,
something.
yeah, I'm sure.
And I don't want
Yeah.
to be the person who knocks over the cab.
Yeah. Yeah.
So anyway, yeah, it was a pretty uneventful. But we did see every single weather element you possibly could on the way home. It snowed, it rained, it sleeted, it was sunny in parts. It was crazy weather.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Anyway, yep, that's that.
Excellent.
All good. All good.
Did you watch that video I sent you?
So I was working all day. And
I
were
watched
at,
I
it.
figured.
I watched it.
We were at the
thought it
height.
was-
So I'm going to
Tell it.
watch it tomorrow.
Okay.
But it's the height of it's the height of my work season.
Out of anybody, you will
I was
like
Kirsten was telling
Yeah.
me about it.
this
So I think
Well,
video.
I thought
Now
it
that
was
you brought it
cool.
up, you have to explain it to the audience.
And you won't.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do.
Yeah. Yes.
Don't
you do.
be
They're all.
rude.
I don't want to ruin
Yeah.
it for
Well, she
Christine.
explained a little bit
I
of
explained
it.
a
Okay,
little
so yeah, just quickly, it's Casey Neistat, and he released a video on basically the beginning says, I've waited 17 years to release this video, and it is his journey to break. Is it
3 minutes.
3
Three-
3 hours?
3 hours.
2:59.
3 minutes.
His goal is 2:59, and it took
For a
him
marathon.
17 years.
Everybody else might not have figured
Right.
it
But
out.
he goes,
yeah,
he
that's
goes
fine.
through failure after failure
Yeah.
after failure, and he ties it into the story, and basically you got to keep. But the way he does it is freaking hilarious.
Yeah,
It's very good.
I will
Yeah,
definitely-
it's very good.
I will definitely.
I
listen.
definitely forwarded it to my older kids at college
Yeah.
just to
Yeah.
remind them that things
Right.
don't always go.
For years,
Yeah,
sometimes,
Right.
But you got to crack at it and crack at it
Yeah.
and crack at it. And
Yeah,
it-
for
it was
It's
very
one of my
uplifting.
kids.
It was good.
well,
was.
and the way he kind of went on, like, back when I was 25 in the best shape of my life, and
Right.
here I am at 40 some years old, and I got no
kids
chance.
and-
and-
Yeah.
But he did it.
Yeah, oh yeah,
Yeah.
Well, I waited 17 years to make this video, so
Like,
basically,
you knew it was gonna
you
happen.
knew, but the
That's-
whole time, it's
kudos
just
But
like,
the
him.
end,
but it's a
it
great,
ended, he's like, he almost gave up. Like he's right before the end, he's like,
kind of,
yeah.
like,
he
you
makes it
know,
out like that, but
yeah.
I mean, he's been training with an I forget the guy's name, but an Olympic,
Olympic
runner.
Olympic
For
trainer,
the past
yeah.
2 years, he's been training with this guy just to break this record, and he broke it by 2 minutes. He did.
it was
2:57.
it was
Good for
significant.
him. Which do you,
out
which
in
man?
Arizona, I believe.
I think it was in Arizona.
I don't know. He had done 24 different marathons or something
Yeah.
like
He
that.
did it.
Well, that's
Yeah.
like people trying to get to Boston. I mean, I was lucky that I got there as quickly as I did because it takes people a lifetime to get
Wow.
to get
Well, I
that.
admire people that persevere like that.
Yeah.
I'm on to the next thing.
I appreciate the
Yeah.
uplifting the uplifting video because I realized yesterday that everything I watch these days is like True Detective and Fargo and like really messed up stuff.
Yeah. Right,
fake
right.
history.
Little dark.
I watch a lot of murder mysteries.
I've been watching
Yeah.
a lot of like,
Oh,
true
see?
crime and like
I watch
just,
all the love stories.
No, I've been
Yeah.
very dark and I was
Me
like,
too.
oh, so this is what it's like to watch something nice.
Okay.
Yeah, I was like, gave
I
me
will
all
have
the
to watch
feels.
it.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
you will appreciate it
Because I'm reading.
You'll love it.
I don't know if I told you because the book that I've been reading lately, it's called Endure and it's about endurance and it goes through like the different parts of oxygen and heat and all the your body muscles and everything to make people go surpass any kind of thing like beating the 2 hour, going under 2 hour marathon or these incredible races that are 86 days long and all this other stuff, going to
sounds interesting.
going to the South Pole. It's and he presents all the science behind it.
Oh, yeah?
The forward is by Malcolm Gladwell, who I'm
Oh, I
not
love him.
Yeah, and a lot of people do. I'm not a huge fan of his because I feel
he's
like
a great podcast.
I feel like he repeats a lot and is very surface level. And this goes deeper because it really gives the science of it, which I really appreciate. So it's not written as like Malcolm Gladwell writes very well for like everybody to read. It's very readable.
Yeah.
and,
Well,
you know,
he
whatever.
just has interesting topics.
Yes.
And interesting. I don't know.
But this really gets into all of the science and the whys and the physical. It makes me want to study biomechanics. It makes me want to study all this stuff. But the point is, like, I think most of the time what stops us is our brain.
Oh yeah.
You know,
Oh,
that we
yeah.
can
Yeah.
do far more. And he was just talking about like how people, the deep sea divers and how far down they go without oxygen and
You
that
seen
how
these
long.
free divers?
Well, that's
Oh,
what
that's
he's talking
crazy
about,
stuff.
and
That's
how long they can hold their
terrifying.
breath. And like, there's actually studies that have been done that when you put your head in just putting your head in the water slows your breathing down. It's just a physiological thing. And they did all these studies with ducks, and I won't get into them because it's kind of sad what they did to these ducks.
Oh.
But that it just, and what these divers do is they'd even just train themselves the thought of going under. But I mean, it just talks about like what happens to your body as the carbon dioxide fills, and then your limbs lose the blood because it goes to your body because your spleen lets the like hemoglobin out to your torso
Yeah.
to give you the oxygen to stay.
Mm.
It's crazy.
That is crazy.
It's crazy. But these I mean, a lot of them, the ones going for the records, suffer strokes,
Yeah, it does not seem like it.
no. Well, I
Good
won't
idea
scuba dive
at all.
even with
I do not want to.
Oxygen.
Yeah, I know.
I would.
without
Yeah,
it.
I
It's crazy.
do a lot of adventurous things, but I do not want to scuba. I love to snorkel. I don't want to scuba dive. Like that
I wanna
gives.
Scuba dive.
You do?
Oh, absolutely. I would love to go
I
scuba
just
diving.
feel. I don't know. Just
My
Ava's-
friend Nicole
Ava's
does
certified.
It and loves it. Yeah, my friend Nicole.
it's a
loves
fear of no oxygen.
it. Me too.
Yeah.
I'm with
Yeah.
you.
Yeah, like
Suffocation. Well, again, it's
Yeah.
the same thing like with spelunking. I don't mind having a wall right here in front of me and
Yeah.
scooching through it. That doesn't bother me.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See,
I went
drowning
bungee jet-
and being
yeah,
buried
drowning's
alive.
scary.
Those
Yeah.
two are my biggest fears. I'd
Yeah.
rather die falling out of a plane.
me too. Yeah,
If I'm going to go doing something stupid adventure wise,
yeah, me too. I'd rather fall. Like, yeah, heights don't like. I've been bungee jumping, and I like those ropes courses and the the zip lining and all that stuff. But
Yeah.
nope on the scuba.
Hey, have you guys seen Chowchilla?
no.
Speaking
Chowchilla.
of dark things to watch and being buried alive,
Chowchilla.
I'm just bringing it all around
All right,
tonight.
yeah.
So I'm sure if you asked your parents, they would remember this because it happened in '76. So we were all probably just unaware.
Some of us might not have even been born.
Yes, and some of the rest of
Looking
us
at you,
were
Aaron.
children.
Just saying.
The rest of us were
The
little.
rest of
Yeah.
us were little.
Depends on
Yeah.
what year, what part of the year.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, yes.
Aaron was
So,
a baby.
but there was this in California. These guys kidnapped a whole bus full of kids.
Oh God.
Oh, I don't think I ever knew that.
They
Good times.
they had buried. Yeah, they had. Well, you have to see it. So there's a documentary out now called Chowchilla.
Chowchilla? How do you spell
Chowchilla.
that?
I didn't think
Not
it was
Coachella.
like-
No,
Not chinchilla,
Chowchilla.
but chowchilla.
Exactly, like CHOWCHILLA.
Was that the town in
That's
California?
the name of the town. In
Oh,
California.
okay. I was gonna say.
And I will say this, so this is a spoiler alert, but the kids all make it out.
Oh, okay.
No,
I was gonna
nobody-
say.
God.
Nobody dies. Like
Okay,
it's not
that's good.
like that dark. Like
Okay.
that dark I can't watch. Like
Yeah.
when they hurt kids or animals or whatever, I can't that's
Yeah.
I'm done. I can't watch that. So the kids all survive. That's
Just
not
scare
the-
them a little bit. I like watching
Yeah.
that kind of stuff.
a little scare the poop out of them a little. It's all right. I enjoy that. No. Christine's face.
Christine's like,
Traumatized children is my business.
Lance, this is what I'm talking about. It's easy to do this to Christine.
Go ahead.
poor Christine.
Anyway, no, I jest.
All right.
But anyway, it is very interesting. It's interesting from the standpoint that before this happened, psychologists didn't believe in mental trauma for children.
Really?
They believed that kids
Like,
would just get over it.
they're
They would grow up
resilient.
and they go to Disneyland, they'll get over it.
Oh.
And this was the first group of
Interesting.
kids they actually followed and studied what
The after
trauma can do
Wow.
to a
That's
child.
interesting.
And so,
Did they help them or did they just study it? Like, oh, those kids are messed up. Like, well, you're the first one, so we don't know what to do. We didn't know kids were messed up before. So,
But
We're gonna figure
it's
this out.
It's very interesting.
Yeah, it might be. I'd have to be in the right frame of mind to watch
But
it.
but going in knowing that they don't die in this situation and
Mm-hmm.
how you'd actually be very impressed with these children
Right, how
and how they
resilient they
got
can be.
out and how resilient they were.
They were just built different back then.
Well, yeah,
It's true.
Yes, we were.
Here's
Yes.
the key.
Here's the key. Figure it
see you
out.
later.
Kid. Yeah.
But
Come
make
home,
your
the
own
lights, the
Pop-Tarts.
street lights come back.
Right, I
on.
was just about to say there's
Yeah.
donuts in the kitchen.
There were
Yeah.
there were kids on this bus from age 4 to 13.
Oh wow.
So it was
The gambit.
and it was 20 some kids. But it's very interesting if you're looking for something to watch and you're not afraid of a little bit of
Where are they now?
Is that Netflix or what?
I want to say Hulu, but I'm
Hulu?
not sure
Okay.
because I kind
You
of
bounce
I
around.
bounce around a lot.
And
I
those
don't
kids
know.
would be like our age.
To watch all my dark
I was just going to
Right.
say.
Yeah. It's not
Like
enough
dark
dark,
When are we going to watch
dark stuff in one place.
today,
what
Leslie?
can bring me to the lowest depths of my being?
So I started watching
Hallmark
some-
Channel.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that probably.
I've been watching a lot of British. I don't know because I'm.
Oh, I love the BBC.
Well, this isn't the BBC, but it's just like British stuff on Netflix. But I've been watching this. It's a series called Marcella.
Oh, is
And
it good?
She's a detective. She's British, and she has these I don't know, like catatonic fugues where like she loses her memory.
Oh, I
And
think you told us.
yeah, and
this.
it turns out like I don't know. I think she's been tracking a serial killer, but I think she's been like when she's out of it, she's been recreating his crimes.
I was going to say that she is.
Oh,
she
she
the,
is
Yeah.
the serial
Like, she
killer.
is.
Too
And-
dark for me, thanks.
Yeah, it was very dark. Well, it started out.
But we all know that Kirsten's our serial killer.
Yeah,
so
that's right.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
so
This is-
I'm
yeah, yeah.
always looking for new ideas.
Yeah.
Have you been having any
Yeah.
dark periods, Kirsten, where you don't remember?
Is this how you lured
Last
us into
few
your?
years.
She did lure us into
Yeah,
her
like-
basement.
Right. We are in her basement.
I did lure you. Wait a minute,
All of
my
a
basement.
It's starting to make sense here.
Right.
No,
You don't
really,
need-
guys.
you
I've
don't
got
hear
some
from
space
us.
in my
I've
basement.
got plenty of space in my basement once you all come over.
The,
Late at night,
the
don't tell
microphone
anyone.
suddenly cut out.
I don't have the.
I was gonna say we don't have a sound for that.
Yeah.
It's Hey Deanie. You just have to play Hey Deanie.
won't you come out tonight?
And everybody in the audience is going, "Don't go down the stairs. Don't go down the
Right,
stairs.
don't.
How could they be that dumb?
Yeah, nobody's that dumb.
Stop. You knew it was Kirsten.
Right.
The tiny table is for a purpose.
The tiny table.
She can reach us a lot more easily.
That's right.
I'm going to hit you over the head with a microphone.
Oh my
No
god.
plastic around here.
Yeah.
No plastic bag. We're good. She didn't give us.
Don't give her ideas.
she did offer us drinks. Thank goodness.
I
we
did
didn't
offer you,
drink.
yes, I did offer you
Smart we
drinks.
Oh man.
When I was in college, I actually had a boss. I worked for the store. And this is like awful but funny. Like his name was Jim Jones, and
Oh, wow.
he invited the employees
Don't drink the
over to his
Kool-Aid.
house for a picnic. Well, he
Did
and
you
his
serve
wife
Kool-Aid?
Did he really serve you Kool-Aid?
said, "Would you guys like some Kool-Aid?" And my coworker,
Did she not know? Did they not know?
I
Did he
don't
not
know. Like I thought that was pretty funny.
Yeah.
that is pretty funny.
Like, don't drink the Kool-Aid.
My God.
That's awesome.
I know. What are the chances, Jim Jones?
Theme party.
Right, offers you Kool-Aid. It happened to me. I don't remember if I drank it or not.
That's a perfect story.
Yeah,
That's
I
an
know.
excellent story. You're here, so you.
But I
probably
made
didn't.
it, yeah.
So
It's what inspired me to be a serial killer. No.
just if you see any folded underwear anywhere,
That's right.
With or without the fugues.
The fugues.
How often do you use fugue in a conversation?
She was impressed by this.
I am.
I
decent
believe
Scrabble
this
word.
is the first time I've used
No, but you always come out. You come out with words like hubris,
hubris and fugue.
fugue. Like you pull them
Oh,
out.
thank you.
Yeah,
Well,
you're good. You're good at that.
You know, vocabulary is important. My parents, so my dad used to use really big words, and we'd say, "I don't know what that means." He'd make us look them up, and he did it like all the time. So
there you go, and that's
yeah.
why you know them. So thank you to Kirsten's dad.
yeah, So- yep.
Look at that.
In my email, I get a word of the day every day.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Oh,
You're not sharing
you've had
them.
any good ones
And
lately?
today's was fugue.
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 Oh my gosh.
Truth be told, I don't look at those emails.
Oh no.
Bryn has a dad joke calendar, so she sends us the dad joke.
Oh, nice.
Oh, excellent.
Bear walks into a bar. The bartender says, "Why the big pause?"
Oh, that's bad.
And Bear says, "I don't know. I've always been this way."
that was okay. Woo.
That's today's joke. They're good. They're funny. They're stupid.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're
Yeah.
stupid. Yes.
stupid.
I'll give you that little.
But they do make me chuckle.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
I don't know.
My husband, he has the dad jokes, and if you don't laugh, like he repeats himself, and I'm like,
Until you
no. then,
break down and
like pity laugh.
Right.
Like I got it. Like, it was bad. I mean, normally he's very funny, but sometimes he won't let it go if it's a bomb. Yeah,
Sometimes it misses.
yeah, we can't all.
Why do people in Alaska wash their clothes in Tide? Because it's too cold outside.
Oh my God.
Wah, wah, wah.
She gets a hand clap.
I thought that was going to be a tiny violin.
Thank you.
Okay. All right.
I feel
I
bad.
like how you guys all it was like crickets.
I have one of those
It
too.
took me a second to figure out what you were saying.
Inside, outside.
Yeah, I gotcha. I did get it.
Did.
Oh my gosh.
Oh gosh, I
Aaron's
cracked myself up.
It's a good thing. Somebody should be laughing.
Oh my gosh.
Fun.
Anyway.
Speaking of which, my car talks to me sometimes, but not all the time. It's very rare. So when it actually does talk to me, it's rather startling.
Yeah.
So what does it say?
And it has a
Mine says it's icy out.
It has a terrible
Oh, I get that.
voice. I need to figure out
You can't
how
change the voice?
I don't know. I must be able to change the voice, but the
To an
voice
Australian man.
is something. That would be good.
Oh yeah.
My ways is a British man.
Yeah, mine
Call him
is.
Clive.
I have a British man too.
Oh, we
On
probably
my
do.
waist,
I
yeah.
think his
May-
name is
oh, May-
Thomas, but I
oh,
call him
okay.
Clive.
But it'll go. Your mobile device is still in the vehicle.
It's like Kathleen Turner. Wow.
Like a 3-pack a day cereal
Yes,
box, right?
Oh, that's hilarious.
And it scared the poop out of JJ today because it only does that if my phone is like physically plugged in. I have one of those cars where it doesn't have to be physically plugged in.
Right.
But I had, for whatever reason, I had a brain fart and I plugged my phone in. And so I turned the car off and it went, your mobile device is still in the vehicle.
Oh, what?
It puts the lotion in the basket. Like it's terrifying.
That is terrifying.
But so I got to figure out. Someone's got to help me figure out how to change the voice because it's startling when it happens, and it doesn't talk to you all the time. It just random. I can't even figure out what things.
Only things mine talks to me.
prompt it.
It'll say like it's icy out, and
Yeah,
it always
I get that.
But it's always like after you start the car, like it's not like when you're still in the driveway, which I can handle, but it's like you just started, like 30 seconds into
the road.
Yeah. And then I'm like, like,
Now I'm wrecking the
oh my
car.
God, I'm going to wreck because I'm like, what?
I get that. And
It's icy. Oh my God. Oh no. Yeah. Every time like,
And I do get when I cross over a state line, it'll say,
Oh.
welcome to.
Maryland.
Oh,
yeah.
right,
Yeah.
right.
Mine does that too.
but in a nice voice, right?
Yes, it is a nice voice. It's,
Yeah.
I don't under.
So y'all have these nice fancy cars and everything.
I
pretty
have
much.
I have a Toyota minivan with 100,000 miles on it. It's not really fancy.
I'm lucky I don't have to crank my windows down.
So do you think when the last ones go to college, you'll keep the minivan?
It's funny because my dad's like, when are you trading that thing in? And I'm like, when it dies. Of course, it now has a big old dent in the front thanks to Eliza.
Yeah.
We all have this.
Well, I traded my minivan
okay, Eliza.
when it died. I think it was over 12 years. Yeah.
Well, it's only 5 years old, but it has 100. It has 101,000 miles on
okay.
it. I don't know.
5 years old,
mean,
nothing.
it's practical, but like I've said, it's not very sexy when you're going out on first date.
Who cares?
And
Yeah,
you-
it's okay.
I don't necessarily care. I still drive it there, but
I get
Yeah.
it, I get
but
it,
it's
I
like, yeah, there's my car.
Yeah.
get it. Mine's 18 years old.
Oh, wow.
See, that's good. And if my car will last that long, I
Yeah.
am not a car person. So
I don't even remember the last time I had a car payment.
Oh, yeah. That's awesome.
It's been well over a decade.
right.
Yeah.
That's
Wow.
excellent.
so you
Oh,
keep
Very
it
good.
going.
Yeah.
And you drive miles.
yeah,
I
you
do.
do.
So
I do.
on empty and everything.
On
I
empty.
know. Yeah.
Yeah, that
Running
doesn't
on
happen.
empty.
Yeah.
No, that does not happen.
No,
Although
no.
coming back, so I went down to see Bryn yesterday at UVA, and coming back, I was like, lower than a quarter, and that's
Oh,
big for me.
I don't like
living on
that. I
the
don't like
edge.
that.
When I went to fill that car up, I'm like, well, I didn't know it took that much gas because I never fill it that far.
Yeah.
Because I have to, but
To know
It
it
was-
took that much gas.
I was living on the edge there.
Like seriously, you only fill like 8 gallons at a time because that's all you.
10,
Okay.
11. I usually get to like a quarter,
Okay,
and then I fill.
that's
I don't
fair.
usually get
Okay.
lower than a quarter.
Hmm.
Makes me nervous.
Yeah, I don't like I'm with you.
I wait till that light comes on and I'm like,
What if you like have an emergency and you have to go somewhere far and you have to get there like without
Yes.
having time to stop for gas?
You have to stop for gas.
It's not worth the stress.
It's not worth the
It's not
stress.
worth it.
it's just, it's a game.
Said in my second grade report card that Christine is always prepared.
Yeah. I'm with you on that.
Telling
Christine.
you, if it's in your personality, it's in your personality. Now, Mrs. Schnurr might not have known that I wouldn't drive my car until it was empty, but she knew.
Yeah, she knew you. She knew the type.
I believe you can change.
I could. I don't want to. Why?
I don't want to with that. I mean, there's
What's-
plenty of
what's-
things to change, but no.
I don't feel I need to change with that. I'm cool. I'm
Yeah,
good.
I like to be secure in the amount of gas in my car and not have to worry about it. It's I don't need that stress in my life.
Exactly. There's plenty of other things I can be spontaneous about.
Right. And also, and the worst thing is when your car is on empty and then you realize you're running late for something, like for an appointment, and you're like, I have to stop for gas.
Exactly.
Like that's
You
very
have to put
stressful.
the time into it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
Nope.
Yeah.
Chris found one of his report cards and he went to show the kids, his excellent grades and his perfect attendance. And at the bottom it said, Christopher talks too much in class.
Which is the exact opposite of what mine did, which is always Christine needs to participate a little more. It's great that she's coming out of her shell. I was so shy. Oh my God, I was so painfully shy until I hit high school. Then I was fine in high school. But now my transcript from college, which
Like
I did
people.
end up getting because I had to order it, was a little more colorful.
There you go.
Yes.
Okay.
What's on your transcript that would be colorful?
I have every single grade you possibly could ever get. Every one of them from A through F is on my transcript.
Oh, me too.
yeah.
Yes. I think we've mentioned that.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Okay.
It's the way it's supposed to be.
And unfortunately, the class that I did fail, which was an upper level, 300 level math class, is called Intro to Algebra, which isn't actually what it was. It was abstract algebra, not Intro to Algebra. But it looks like I failed Intro to Algebra, which really pisses me off.
Right. That's not
Like,
not
do they
accurate.
see that I had differential equations before I had that class? So, yeah, that kind of bothers me.
Just a little bit. I can see that
to this day.
To this
Yeah.
day.
Well, it didn't until I didn't even know that's what it said until I got my transcript to send it on to these people who will never hire me once they
Next
see that
Wednesday
transcript.
night, we're going to get a text message at 3 a.m. from Christine. And I just woke up and I had a bad dream about that damn test.
Well, so that professor happened to write the book that we used for that class. So you had a professor who couldn't teach with a book that he wrote. So you didn't have that resource. And this was before the internet. So you
Right.
couldn't like,
Right.
look anything up. Anyway, when Jack was a freshman and I was just we were dropping him off. So we went and took him to get his books because he didn't know what he was doing that first year. They're still using that book
Oh, really?
Wow.
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 30 years later.
Here's my question. Why would they need your college transcript? I mean, and I mean this in the best way.
I don't
Right.
know.
Right. Yeah, because if you've gotten all
couldn't-
these
and it's
other
an
jobs-
online application, so I couldn't
Oh,
not
Oh,
submit
I
it
gotcha.
because you
Oh.
couldn't move on to
'Cause
the
I'm
next
like,
step.
It's been a
without-
while.
Yes,
right.
That was my feeling.
Right. Like I've got
That
all
was
these
my
other
feeling.
jobs that required a
And
college degree.
It
so.
wouldn't even take just my graduate, which my graduate transcript's much prettier.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Much prettier. There's only one grade on that one, and
There
it's a
you
good
go.
one.
It's a good one.
Yeah.
But you had to upload because you had to put all your schooling, and
Right.
then you had to upload transcripts for each.
Wow.
Oh my goodness.
Ugh,
So
wouldn't
I
wanna do
agree,
that.
100%. I haven't. That's why I didn't have my transcript because I haven't used it since probably when I was.
I
first
don't know if
applying
I've
jobs.
ever used my transcript. I don't know.
Which is what
If
I
I did. I don't remember.
tend to tell my kids is like, doesn't matter what you get as long as you graduate. All
Right.
you need
Yeah,
is the degree.
exactly.
Not according to this one place that I applied to. But
But that's the exception for sure.
I mean, it has been for me at least.
Yeah. Yeah, I would think so.
Yeah. So, and it cost me money to get those transcripts since I didn't have them laying around.
Oh.
Yeah.
I mean, but truly have everything else laying around. everything. All of my acceptances to college. So I showed Eliza my acceptance to University of Richmond. I was like, look, see?
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, that's crazy.
All of that. Because my father kept it all because it's got all the like scholarship information and all that. So I had all of my.
Wow.
All of that. I had, oh God, all sorts of stuff. I had stuff from college, from like my sorority, I had my bid day thing. It's
Wow.
all in boxes. Mm-hmm.
Aaron's like, what?
Well, what I'm doing is I'm thinking about
Well, that's
a question for everybody here at the table, and you can play along at home as well.
Okay.
So at what point does it become junk?
Well,
at what point how much of your past do you hold on to?
So here was my thought now that I'm of a certain age, and this is kind of a thought I've been having a lot lately, is I don't want my kids to have to go through all this stuff and throw this stuff out.
Right.
Like I'm going to,
right.
hopefully not die anytime soon, but at some point,
please.
Yeah.
at some point, maybe 50 years from now, I don't want my kids, right? So I have thought about that. But it was kind of fun to look at it.
No, absolutely.
And it was really fun to share it with my kids.
I got recently some excellent advice about this whole situation.
Take pictures of it and digitize it.
Take pictures of it and put it in like a Shutterfly book.
That's a good idea.
If you want to keep it, and then instead of a big box of stuff, if you want to keep the memorabilia memorabilia, then it's
a little dry.
I did that with a lot of like my kids' pictures. As they were growing up, I would just take pictures of them and sorry guys.
Yeah.
Some of the like extra stuff I did get rid of, but I'm very much a tactile person.
Yeah.
So I like to have it there.
Well,
to
maybe make one small box or something. They call that Swedish death cleaning. Do you know that?
I did not know that, but
I think I have heard that.
It's like the
but I get it.
Swedish
like, it's
because
really
I guess the Swedes want you to like they want to go through their stuff before somebody else has to. That's the whole point of the Swedish death cleaning.
Okay.
I mean,
so how many, if you were to quantify it in terms of boxes, how many boxes do you have of your past?
Okay, well, so I had that one box has like basically like all of the report cards. It had everything from Bucknell. It had like from my student teaching, like all the letters from the kids when I was student teaching, which I remembered every kid of, and all their pictures were there. And then I realized these kids are in their 40s.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Like because I student taught 6th graders. All of that was in one file box.
Mm-hmm.
Then I had a file box with all the letters that Mike had ever written me, which I probably should get rid of, but I can't get rid of.
Yeah.
So it's really just 2 boxes.
Okay.
And then
That's
I
not too
have
much.
like a scrapbook that I had made with like stuff like that. Also in that one box is like all of my like NISMA medals from piano. All my piano medals were in there.
Okay.
So it's not a lot.
Right.
Oh, that's fine. Yeah.
It's not a
It's
lot.
not.
Yes.
Do you have boxes?
I recently,
Other
so
than
your
room back
I was
at
gonna
home,
say, you
which
remember
is a
my
shrine.
room,
Her shrine with
my
her
entire
frog,
room
with her frog in the dress.
that I will never go through. We're just gonna light a match when it's all said and done. I do have an entire room, but like of things I've saved of my children.
Okay.
I do have like a box. I just recently went through and like threw out a bunch of stuff, but like, because I used to just collect it all and stick it in a bin. And I actually recently went through and just kept certain things, but I have like one box. When I say box, it's like storage box, bin size of like all 3 of my kids' stuff.
But you don't have anything.
I don't really, but like I said, a lot of my younger stuff is still in my room at home, but like, even things like, I get these medals for being in the pickleball tournaments, and
What are you going to do with those?
Exactly. What am I going to do with those? Like,
Not much.
I'm not going to put them in a case and like, I don't know.
Display them on your wall.
I do have all of my marathon medals hanging
Well,
on my
that's
wall.
a lot. I mean, a marathon's a big deal.
Yeah.
Like,
So she's
if I
trying
ever
to tell me that the marathon is so much better than the pickleball. I Kirsten.
When you pickleball a marathon,
if you do a pickleball marathon,
Try running a freaking marathon. Put that in your pipe and smoke it.
you know what Leslie's going to show you because she's going to take her pickleball paddle and she's going to run a marathon as she's like juggling the ball.
Yeah.
Oh no, I don't
That's
run.
hilarious. Right.
Well, if you did like 26 pickleball tournaments or something.
And I had 26 medals.
Then you can make one giant medal out of it.
Melt it down.
I was going to say melt it down.
And make a permanent necklace with a giant pickleball on it that could never be taken off.
But see, I
Like
think
the permanent jewelry.
Yes.
your parents are still in their house. Like my parents moved.
Right.
So they cleaned all that stuff out. So that actual one box came from my parents with the like report cards and whatever.
Right.
And it was very neatly like they got rid of any garbage and it's all very compact and neatly put together. So they gave me that box. And I think about like what happens when the time comes for me to move. Like, what will I do with the kids' stuff, right? I don't know.
Well, it was
You're gonna
interesting because my
downsize.
mom did at one point give me a box of my artwork
Mm-hmm.
that she had saved. And I was like, great. And I put it right in the trash because it didn't, I didn't, she had more of a it was more sentimental to her than it was to me. And I'm sure it's the same thing about my kids' art is much more sentimental to me because it's a period. It reminds me of a
it's a
time
memory.
where
And,
they don't even remember.
Right.
They don't remember
painting
how
it.
cute they were
Right,
back then.
right.
Yeah.
So it's much more, it was much more sentimental to her. And when she was ready to let it go, I was like, all right, let's just keep it on, moving on. And I don't need to put this in my house, you know?
Yeah, I get
makes
that.
sense.
Joey used to, when he was little, he would draw pictures for me and write, "I love you, mommy." And then he'd come in my room and he taped them on my wall. And
Aw.
all of those I
Yes,
keep.
those kind of, exactly. And
he wouldn't care.
No.
Exactly.
No,
Right.
no.
But I do because I remember him walking into my room with the little piece of tape and taping them on my wall.
Do you have a box?
Yeah, it's in this basement somewhere.
She wants you to go.
It's in that room.
I think it's in that closet over there.
Also, you should go check.
Aaron, you go.
Suspiciously just cracked over there.
You go first, Aaron.
Yeah.
Go ahead,
We'll
Aaron.
be right
Go
behind
ahead.
you.
Deceivingly deep.
And
In
dark.
that deep, dark room there. Yeah, it is dark in there. There's a rolled up rug.
Yeah.
There's a rolled up rug in there.
Duct tape.
It's a tarp
Yeah.
for easy
tape
cleanup.
and cable
Yeah.
ties.
You ever seen Dexter? Have you ever seen Dexter?
No, but I feel like I wouldn't like it. I feel like it's too dark.
It's
Too close to home. Too close to home.
Have you
too
ever
close to
seen
home,
Dexter?
yeah.
I've actually not ever seen Dexter.
Okay.
But I probably would like it.
You would probably
It would probably
enjoy
be right
it.
up my alley.
It would
Yes.
make me
No, you
feel
would not
so
like
uncomfortable.
Dexter.
No.
Did you watch
Well done.
one?
Yeah.
Was it one that was Penn Badgley, who's the
Oh, I do
serial
like him.
killer?
I
It's
do like
creepy.
him. No,
He-
I
that
can't
was
do
creepy.
serial. I cannot do serial killers.
No.
I can't. I just can't.
It's disturbing.
Hmm.
Very disturbing.
That stuff doesn't. No.
It psychologically really bothers me.
Yeah.
It just does. I'm very empathetic, and it just is very hard.
Yeah.
Yes.
I feel deeply. Okay, so on a happier note,
Yes.
Okay.
my favorite holiday is coming up.
That's right.
Valentine's Day. That's
Day.
right.
It's right around the corner.
It is
Actually,
right
Do you
around
have
the corner.
plans, or you have
next
a,
I
Wednesday.
don't really have a Valentine.
Well,
so-
but yeah, but
But
you do it all
always do
up.
stuff.
but I do.
You do
So-
fun stuff with your kids,
Right. So
I don't do.
I do a scavenger hunt with the kids. And what I have planned for this year is for the older two, I have contacted friends of theirs to like lay things around their kids
Oh.
for them.
Oh, fun.
So they will have a
Wow.
scavenger
See,
hunt
she doesn't have
of
anything
their
planned.
own.
Yeah, what?
I
Come on.
do. Yeah.
Yeah.
And my mom sent me something.
Aw, that
nice.
is
'Cause she knows
nice.
it's my favorite holiday.
That's right. It is coming up very soon.
Next Wednesday.
Next Wednesday. Oh, I forgot.
Yeah, Chris and I are doing a mixology class tomorrow.
Oh, fun. Where are you
For
doing
That's
that?
Valentine's
fun.
Day. Well, because Valentine's Day, it's actually hard to
It's hard to book stuff because everything's
Well, it's
Well,
during
it's
the
a
week.
Wednesday.
It's during
Yeah.
the week. Where are you doing it?
over at where we do the cornhole and everything else.
Oh,
awesome.
They're
Fun.
doing a mixology class. We get to make. Well, here's the question.
Can you make whatever you want?
You learn to make 3 drinks.
Okay.
So
Okay.
here, but my question, it's a couples mixology class. So do the 2 of us learn to make 3
do you
drinks?
make
Probably.
6?
Or do we make 6 drinks? And if we
No.
make 6 drinks, who is going
Right.
to drive us home?
So you need an Uber.
You're gonna
Uber.
I know we'll Uber, but I
Yeah.
mean, nonetheless, I was just like, that's a lot of drinks if we have to make 6
Right.
drinks.
Yeah.
That's super cool.
How
though.
long is
That'd
the
be fun.
class?
I think it's just an hour, but
Okay.
they teach you to make 3
So
different
do you
drinks.
get to choose what drinks you want to learn?
I know.
Or
I
do
think they have like 3,
they have, like,
and
special
I'm
ones?
sure it's Valentine's
Yeah, I'm
themed.
sure it is.
But I don't know how to really make anything
Yeah, I
except
don't
an old
either.
fashioned.
I don't know how to
which
make
is my
anything.
favorite.
Fun tip. When I was back at Penn State, I became a certified bartender.
You did? I think
didn't
I
know
knew
that.
because weren't you like when we had that thing at Bachelor? Didn't
Yes.
you need a bartender?
That- I had to do it. Yes.
So you know how to make a lot of things.
I do. I
wow.
actually went through the
That's
whole
that is
course.
quite a skill.
Yeah. It was an intense
Next week?
class. It was an intense class.
What was your
Okay.
favorite thing to make?
Oh gosh. It didn't matter.
Didn't
Because
matter.
there's so many
I
so
think
many
we
drinks.
need to do this next
Yeah.
week. Come up with 2 Valentine's drinks and we are going to mix them. I'll bring the alcohol.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Ooh, I can let you know what we make
Yes.
tomorrow night, and then
You'll be our expert at
and
making
then
it.
That's right.
We
You
can
can- yeah.
taste test.
Yes.
Totally,
Okay.
which it
And
would
then
be
we
so
can
much better than
all-
what we taste tested last time.
All Uber home unless Kirsten decides to roofie us.
You can just sleep in my basement. Don't worry about going home.
Provide
Sleep
the alcohol
in our
basement because that sounds like a good idea.
Good night.
Good night, my little friends.
Nobody's going to be sleeping. Yeah, or we could just have
Oh,
like
he's
a
looking
live-
for a button.
That's a good one.
That was
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
That was a good one.
That
I
was
could
a
even
good
have
one.
one of my kids drive like us.
Yeah.
home.
It's
Well,
all
you're
good.
kind of far.
He's
I'll be.
He's-
well,
You can sleep in my
haven't
basement
had a drink
I
in
won't.
probably
I won't kill you.
5 years.
Oh.
Well, we can.
You-
we can
you don't
make
know
a virgin
pressure.
one. You can.
Yeah,
I'll be
there
fine.
might be.
I'll be fine. I'll be fine.
You can
I'll be
take a taste. Sip.
Because we haven't done a tasting episode in a while.
We
No, we
haven't,
haven't.
And this is a good
That
one.
We
would
haven't
be-
done a crazy episode for a while. We'll have to
Like
come
we
up
haven't played a game
no
or done
games,
tasting
no.
or anything.
Leslie we were gonna record last week, but we had
you
some
brought
technical
some kind of
difficulties.
game.
She brought
I did, and I
she brought
forgot it.
goldfish. She brought like chive flavored goldfish, and I don't
had
know
something
why.
fun to
Okay,
do,
all
and
right, all
but
right.
I'll bring that. Actually, it'll be so much more fun if we've had drinks.
Okay,
Please remind me in the text thread to bring my
Okay.
my game
bring your chive flavored goldfish.
and the chive flavor.
I don't know why
Oh,
that's a game.
Just well,
You're gonna have
it'll
to
get buried by next whatever.
Right, but remind me to bring the
I will
game
remind you.
Okay,
with the when we do the mixology stuff because it'll be so. Believe this game will be so much more fun
okay, all right.
All right.
because it
Awesome.
actually takes some dexterity.
Oh, okay,
Okay.
Yeah.
all right.
Well, you can fold yourself in half, so I don't want to hear it.
That's true. She can't.
I was 16. It's been a very long time. I have not attempted to do that since, although I am doing yoga.
Weren't we just discussing you're always the same person as you
Well, I
were
have
when
been
you were
doing
younger?
yoga.
So, you know.
You have? Do you like it?
See if I can. Yeah, I do. I do
Yeah.
like it. I did do Pilates by accident yesterday, though, and I Pilates.
accident?
Pilates is a bridge too
Well,
far.
I couldn't tell that it like.
Is it like an online
the name
thing?
Of, yeah, the name of the workout didn't tell me that it was Pilates. And it was the same
Oh.
girl who does the yoga.
Okay.
That's a good
Do you
album.
do it?
Pilates by accident.
Pilates by accident.
That was a good album. I really enjoyed that.
Pilates by accident.
Demons of Woe. Pilates by
So
accident.
many Dow.
By Dow.
Now I'm buying it.
See,
Now
now
I'm
she's all on board,
Yeah,
right?
she is.
into it.
As a typical,
That's me. That is
Yeah.
me. Yeah, I don't like Pilates, but yoga I do. So anyway, Dexter, yeah, whatever. I don't know. I
Okay,
don't even
it'll be
know
good.
where
It'll
we
be
are.
fun.
Okay.
I
All right.
totally forgot. See, you guys, you know me. You know I don't take my memory pills. You have to tell me
She
things.
forgets
Well, there's
to
a
take
lot
her
that
memory
happens
pills.
in a week.
This
There's a
is
lot
true.
that happens
Yes,
in
there's
week.
a lot that happens. And
Gosh.
in our
there's lots
defense,
of
we get tired.
I do. I get very tired. And
yeah.
I'm watching a lot of dark television. So
Oh, okay.
you,
There's that.
there's always that.
Yeah.
Not me. I've been watching The Bachelor. He's really cute.
Oh, Chris has been watching The Bachelor.
Is
I
he?
haven't
He
watched The
seems
Bachelor
very
in
sweet.
years.
He
Uh,
is very sweet.
Where's he from?
Philly.
He's a tennis player like Lance.
He is. He's a tennis pro.
But the crazy girls
Mhm.
are out.
Well, it's stupid. They're fighting over something ridiculously stupid.
And yeah,
Ridiculous. The dumbest fight I've ever seen in Bachelor history.
yeah, it's
That's
the,
pretty. That's pretty.
And that says a
that
lot.
says a lot. I was
Yeah.
gonna say I've seen some pretty
And I
dumb
think,
stuff on there.
you know, they were sponsored by Kentucky Fried Chicken last week. I don't know. They had a Kentucky Fried Chicken pool party, which is just the wrong product placement.
That is.
They think that 20-something girls are Instagramming their Kentucky Fried Chicken parties.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's,
And
that's a little.
they had these gigantic Colonel Sanders floaties. Like it's like you were sitting in Colonel Sanders' lap, and his hand had a hole big enough to hold a whole bucket of chicken.
It was yeah.
That is just weird. Wow.
If you
Now I
haven't
kind of want
watched
to
it,
look that up.
now's the time.
But he's cute. He's really cute. He's a catch.
He kisses everybody, though. Do they all do that?
They all kiss everybody.
It's kind of gross.
I suppose. I don't know.
I don't know.
mean, I'm not on the show. So.
Well, I mean, I'm sure.
Even the old dude kissed
I
them
wouldn't
all.
Yeah,
mind if he kissed me.
Well, I would mind if he did. He's young.
Oh.
It's
He's-
sort of,
he's
and I'm
young.
sure it's all
He's
in
cutie,
the
but he's
editing
young.
because, like, he's like talking to Kirsten. Okay, I'm going to kiss you. Okay, talking to Aaron. Okay, now I'm going to kiss you. Okay, talking
Yeah.
to Christine.
I don't
now,
know
and
that
it's like
We're talking like a peck or an actual. Like,
no,
like
making
making
tongue
out.
and everything.
Yeah.
Like making out kisses. And I'm sure maybe it's not happening in that short period of time, but
Right,
when they
they
edit
edit.
it, it makes it feel like he's just turning around and
Like licking
and-
everybody.
yeah, exactly.
Like-
and you're just sort of like, ooh, like it's a
Ugh.
little much. But
Right.
I'm sure it's not
I don't want-
happening in that
I
time
don't
frame.
want that girl spit on me.
I know. Yeah. Anyway, sloppy. Talk about sloppy
when
seconds.
Yeah.
when you
Yeah.
sign up for that, that's what you know. Like, I mean, you know that's going to happen. You're
Yeah,
sign- I mean,
I
if
guess
you're
so.
if you're the person who's going to sign up to be one of 30 people dating the same guy,
I don't know. They
You
don't
can't-
act like it though.
you can't
They're
get-
all crying. And,
oh, I know because they are
Everybody loved me.
because they
Yeah.
don't have they have no access to phone, they have no access to like media, and they're being pumped with drinks.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Okay.
So tears are going to roll, and they're tired. They're overtired, but it's fun to watch.
But it's fun to watch.
And he's a sweet kid.
Sounds dark. You're watching dark shows.
You're
I'm
watching the
watching
dark
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
I like to watch
Somebody-
people
Dark
suffer.
side.
Somebody cries every episode. Yeah, but anyway, so because there's the hope of true love at the end.
Is it true
Yeah.
love though?
Is it?
Some of
Is
them
it
do last, most of them do not.
just the first
some of
ones,
them
like Ryan and
Trista and Ryan
Trista and
are still to be,
Ryan.
but even some of the more recent ones are some of them last, some of them don't. But that's kind of how it is in the real world.
This is true, but I feel like the statistics are lower
Probably.
in the show because
It's
it's
still fun to
fake.
watch.
Yeah.
As long as you
Entertaining.
are entertained.
I am
It's all that
entertained.
matters.
It is
I am
entertaining.
entertained.
Yeah, I
It is
watched
all
that
that
show for a
matters.
long time, but I haven't watched it in years.
Yeah, yeah. I've seen every single season except for the very first one and one of the early ones because I was pregnant with Brennan. I think I was just preoccupied chasing Jack.
Hmm.
So yes, that's the only show I've watched every single season of.
Hmm.
Show
Well,
like that, reality.
Should
show.
we end this episode on love then?
Yes, we should.
And then think of
Wow.
a
And may you
love
all
song
find
for next
love.
week.
That's right. Sets it up for next week.
Yes. All right.
We're ending on love, people.
All right.
So
So
All you
thank
need
you.
is love.
Actually, this comes out on Tuesday morning. So,
right
tomorrow
right.
will be
Valentine's Day.
Oh, so happy
Valentine's
So
Day.
Valentine's
Yes,
show
happy
somebody you
listeners.
love them. I have every Valentine's Day I post, and my post for this Valentine's Day will be with like love stands for live once, value everyone. 'Cause
Aw.
love is not just between like your romantic partner; it's for everyone.
It is.
That's
value
awesome.
everyone. That's mine. So that's gonna be my post. So that's a little heads up.
Okay.
Okay. All
All
right.
right. Very nice.
And if you love us, send us an email.
Please
Send
do.
us an
Please
email.
do.
Yes.
Lance, Charlie, Kirsten.
Yeah,
anyone.
say
Yeah.
hi.
Yes.
Say hi.
Andrew,
All right.
Jamie, all those guys. Everybody that's listening.
Eric.
Eric.
Eric, if you love us, show your face. Send a picture.
Share
We're
your
dying
love.
to know.
One day I'll show you guys Eric.
You are.
all right.
Yeah, you say that. Maybe on the 100th episode.
Yeah, that's the Eric.
Oh,
the big reveal.
I mean,
The Eric episode.
You got time.
Which is-
Look at
the
that
song
box.
could
Find a
be
picture.
upstairs at Eric's. Oh, that's an album.
That's
Remember?
Yaz.
Yes. I
Yeah.
loved Yaz.
I loved Jazz
Yes.
too.
Yes.
Midnight.
Trains outside. Yeah. All
Must be soaking wet.
Everyone.
No idea.
Oh, it's so good. It's so good.
That'll be for another
right,
episode.
all right.
Well, thank you
Slee
all
stack.
for joining us
All right.
for this very, as usual, all over the place episode.
I think even more so, but it's on the
Without
road.
fail.
Yeah, we were on the road.
We were on the road
over
again.
the road, under the road.
we're going
Off
to be on
the
the road
road.
for a long time now.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
But thank you for joining us for the latest episode of the Set List of Life.
We
Good
love
night.
you.
Good night.